Good evening. This is your host, Unstoppable Shelby, here with a special edition of You're in the Know, your community tea for what's going on in the community. Today's podcast is going to be enlightening and it's also going to be a little heavy to talk about different things that has emerged within our community, especially the Black community. This podcast was originated to keep our community informed, to understand governmental principles as well as local governmental principles, here to break it down in simple terms and to talk about and to enlighten and inform and to educate people that may not understand certain things and certain governmental issues that's going on in our state as well as our community. So with that being said, I am going to put this disclaimer out here that people are innocent until proven guilty, okay? And everything that has been stemming in our community the last week or so, since January the 22nd of the arrest warrant that was presented for Rodney Jones, the community has been in an uproar, the entire community. And especially this has definitely affected the Black American community within Escambia County and abroad. We all have been hit with this horrible information. We all have been disappointed, perplexed, just dismayed, upset, angry, outraged, and just feeling, our emotions are definitely saddened, and we are going through the process of trying to process all of this. And the reason why I wanted to do this special edition of You're in the Know is to inform and let people know that for one, I am an advocate, okay? I am an advocate of all injustices. It's just in me. My mother was the second woman leading command of the Black Panthers in Detroit, and I was just born this way. And I'm the one that say, okay, well, no one is talking about it. Let's address what's really happening, because for most, we turn our ear and we sit down and have a cup of coffee and we talk about it within our homes. We talking about it over the cell phones and we calling each other and we talking about it. Well, it's a public situation, it's a community situation, and it's a horrible situation. For me, as an advocate, when you take the role of an advocate, advocacy means to be a spokesman, to speak where the person, the individual, or a situation is they're too vulnerable to speak. They don't have the strength to speak, or they're going through something and just need that encouragement or that push, and let somebody else know that they are there fighting with them and standing with them. And when you take on a role as an advocate, you never allow your good to be evil spoken of. And his good has been evil spoken of. I'm not here to bash, to throw stones on the alleged allegations of what happened or any of that. I am just here for the advocacy of women and children and men who have been sexually assaulted. And when allegations come out, we are quick to run to the defense of the person because of their character and their morals and their integrity, and their influence. And with influence come much responsibility. And we have to be careful how we as a community go in full force to take the side of the accuser, okay? And at the same time, we have to, this is a very delicate situation when you're dealing with a person that has been sexually abused. I am a victim of molestation. I am a victim of being sexually assaulted in 2018. And because of this person known influence into the dark world and the clubs and being a socialite, he was everyone automatically went to his defense. And not everyone, because to know me is to know that I'm going to always be a straight shooter. I was told, oh, don't say anything. Oh, you know what you was getting into when that happened. I was just told not to do this and not to do that. And I refused to be quiet. They have evidence. They have all the evidence they needed, but yet this serial rapist is still walking the streets. So now what I do, because who I am and who I belong to, and the assignment on my life as a prophet to see, and when I came back strong and nothing was done about it, you know, God said, okay, that's fine. I got you. I got you. I'm going to be your defender. And God allowed me to see into the Escambia County Sheriff Department and see Sheriff Morgan's trafficking children and see that it is still going on. Okay. So not to derail from what's going on with the Hoops program and Rodney Jones and his family. These are some serious allegations, and they have to be addressed with the delicacy of the truth. They have to be addressed with blind justice. Y'all seen the flyer of her with her hand with a band around a band around her head and a sword, you know, with the equality symbol standing up to weigh out justice. And when you are walking into blind justice, you cannot be biased. You cannot take sides. You cannot say, okay, well, I know that person. You cannot say, well, they didn't do it. You have to allow blind justice to come in. And for me, I'm sitting in the hot seat. I'm sitting in a hot chair because these are people. This is a person that I have worked with. This is a person that I love. This is a person that I honor and look up to. And yes, people fall all the time. And yes, I know I'm definitely not here to take up for anyone. I'm definitely here to say that accountability have to be noted. I'm definitely here to say that something happened. What went wrong? How did we end up here? We supposed to always, as advocates, to stand in a position to keep ourselves safeguarded from any ill will accusation, especially into this caliber, especially to what's going on right now in the courts and at the Sheriff Department here in Escambia County dealing with Mr. Rodney Jones. I am definitely outraged. I'm hurt. I've been in tears. I've been crying, and I could not stand by and watch all the young ladies that's on my podcast, that watch me, that inbox me, that talk to me. All of this with our young ladies, and even the men that aren't saying, our young men that aren't saying anything, but the young ladies that's outraged, that is feeling unprotected, that's feeling unsafe, that's feeling like, well, the parents, these children are walking into your homes and probably have went through a situation with their uncle or their father or their school teacher. And now how can they come to you and feel safe to tell you somebody touched me inappropriately? Somebody did something to me inappropriately. These alleged allegations, are there. You know what I'm saying? But blind justice say, hey, I'm putting on blind justice. It doesn't matter whether it's my cousin, my father, my uncle, the president of the United States, which he is a felon. It doesn't matter who it is. I want to see the facts of the truth of the matter. And when she holds that sword is to cut out anything that is biased, anything that is partial, anything that could affect the knowledge of knowing the truth. That sword is there to dig, to cut, and to do the research that needs to be done to find out the truth. And when the truth is to be found out, it is then weighed out. And when it is weighed out with the symbol that she's holding, that means somebody is in trouble. That means somebody is going to pay. That means that this young lady, if allegedly these allegations are true, somebody is going to have to be held accountable in our community. And to see the injustices of, the young ladies that's outraged. Nobody is going on their pages to talk to them, to tell them, hey, I got you. It's okay. We understand. Listen. If there's a safe space, here at Unstoppable Global Ministry in affiliation with Hedges and Highways, Global Missions, you are in a safe space with your inner know. I'm not here to judge Rodney Jones. I'm not here to judge his children. I'm going to leave that up to the court. But what I am going to say is that these are some very serious allegations, and the community is hurt. I know because I'm carrying the burden of the community. I'm carrying the burden of his family. I'm carrying the burden of his wife. I am carrying a spiritual weight that I have to keep up in prayer, that I have to make sure that I'm in alignment with blind justice, even in the spiritual realm. I have to make sure that as much as I love Mr. Jones, as much as I love Rodney, as much as I love him, I just can't go back and say, you just tell me it ain't so. Just tell me you didn't do it. Just tell me these allegations are false. The courts have to, blind justice have to take its place. All I'm saying is that this have to be a lesson learned. That not to say, allegedly, that he is guilty of these charges. Not to say this, because it's forensic evidence there. Not to say none of that. I'm not judging anyone. I have to keep myself I have to walk in blind justice, not just as an advocate, but also as a friend. I cannot sit by and say, okay, if you done this, what I'm not going to do, I'm going to shun you, I'm going to do this, because that's not the love of God that's in me to do. I am here to talk about the defense of the young ladies that are sexually assaulted on a daily basis and have no platform to share their truth because of society, because of judicial biases, because of our opinion of a person's character and their standards, and all of these ideologies of how we see a person when we don't know what they are capable of in their heart. And that goes for me too. Every time that I have erred and I was in this place of being bound by witchcraft, and I would come on my lives and just go off and go in, as hurtful and angry as I was, I still had to come and sit down on this platform and take accountability for what y'all saw, because it was me, even though y'all probably didn't understand the spirituality of it all. And so what the community needs is we're going to come back from this. We are going to grow from this. We are going to learn from this. But what we are not going to do is ignore what happened allegedly to this young lady. This is hard. Listen, blind justice is not biased, and blind justice doesn't take sides. Blind justice go into the court of law and allow it to be weighed out with facts and with truth. And this have hurt our community. This have hurt the Jones family. This have hurt Hoops. This have hurt our trust. This have put us in a compromising situation that only blind justice can handle. Only blind justice can handle. And my prayer is for this young lady, these alleged allegations, that she is protected and that she is covered and that somebody listened. because I wanted somebody to listen and believe me. And it's millions, it's thousands of women in this very community that has reached out to me and confided in me. Hundreds of women. But it is thousands of women that don't want to speak out because of what happened. Because that's the first thing that comes on, what did I do wrong? It was my fault. So, that's it. I had to come on here. I had to speak as an advocate. And I had to talk about the elephant that's on our TV every day. A whole family name has been drugged. Allow for blind justice to take its course. I can't stop nobody's opinions and how they feel. But until we put our feet in certain shoes, we don't know what they feel like. But I do know what being sexually assaulted feel like. I do know that. I do know what it feel like for you having to go back outside in public after you put yourself out there. After you said, I'm going to take a chance. But now I realize the chance that I took for speaking out was not for me. It was for her, and whoever the her is that this will come up again for. It was never for me. And so this is my justice. It's being an advocate of blind justice against all sexual assaults, against sex trafficking, against human trafficking, and all injustices. I have no side. The only side I have is the truth. The Gulf Coast Sexual Assault Services number here in Escambia County, Okaloosa, and Santa Rosa County is 866-585-2040. Yes, we are here to serve. This is your girl, Coretta Shelby, Unstoppable. I pray you still love me because I love you too, and I'm unstoppable. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Until we see each other again, be blessed.